In Egypt, there are so many political powers with different ideologies, such as the Muslim Brotherhood, the liberals, the leftists, the Islamists, and newly established parties. Yet the problem here does not lie in the coexistence of these groups together, but lies in the way these groups are interacting with each other. Under the slogan of democracy, these groups have little concerns for the rights of others. The question is, where is the national agenda?
Egypt, as you know, is the world's oldest nation state, and this is the pivot of the whole Arab Spring. It's enjoyed 40 years of peace. That's very significant. There are no raw scars. It's relatively homogeneous, although recent clashes between Muslims and Christians are worrying. It has a large middle class. It has a professional army that showed great restraint through the Tahrir Square uprising. Don't tell me that these are not substantial building blocks for a freer, more successful society than Mubarak's long night, one that will eventually fulfill the aspirations of Egypt's youth.
The spirit of Tahrir Square was one of national unity. It is a model to represent how far we were from issues of sectarianism, social and gender unrest, but this spirit of unity failed to disseminate from Tahrir Square to the Egyptian street.
I was in Sidi Bouzid, a little slice of Tunisian nowhere, where the Arab awakening began, with a tiff over a fruit and vegetable cart. I was in Tahrir Square for 2 weeks. I was in Benghazi, where lightly armed rebels battle Gaddafi's delusional abuse. And I'll tell you the phrase that I heard most from the youth that we debate tonight. It was, this is the first time that I feel my life is worth anything. The first time I feel that my actions can actually make a difference. Young Arabs are discovering what it is to become agents of their own lives with the capacity to change things rather than live in a world of conspiracy theories. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no going back. Having broken through fear, having understood and put to use the power of Facebook and Twitter, having grasped how powerful the connective tissue of social media can be, these people will not return to those Jurassic Parks I mentioned. Will the processes be tidy and uniform? No. Will there be quick fixes? No. Will there be brutality as in Syria and Libya and disappointments? Yes, there will be.
For the first time, Egyptian citizens voted on the constitutional amendments on March 19th. And this reinforces my point again. There was no agreement to disagree. There were many misleading campaigns from both sides. There was a lack of a political culture of dialogue. And there was a manipulation from both sides. If you vote yes, you are probably ignorant. If you vote no, you are probably unpatriotic. The media apparatus is exacerbating divisions. It is using the same tones of the old regime, even after the revolution, spreading hatred and stressing so much on the differences that set people apart.
Nora complains that there's a lot of dissent in Egypt, that there's no agreement on things, that there's an irresponsible media. Well, look around at the United States, look around at this country. Welcome to democracy, Nora. Is the answer to solving those problems going back to the former despotism? Is that how a democratic culture is going to evolve? No. Let this play out. Shine a light. Let's get these societies evolving and moving.
First of all, I'm not here to show my disagreement with democracy as a concept, as it's something I believe in and I'm looking forward to witness in the Arab region. I'll focus on my own experience in Egypt tonight to argue that the conditions are not yet present that would allow democracy to deliver on the expectations that the youth are seeking.
People ask of the Libyan rebels, who are they? Well, on the basis of my week in Benghazi this month, they're led by professionals, lawyers, business people, academics, and their rank and file want above all to be free. After 42 years of Gaddafi, that's a legitimate aspiration and a very concrete one, freedom. I was in the liberated half of Libya when bin Laden was killed. Nobody, ladies and gentlemen, gave a damn. These are not Salafists. They want an end to despotism, not its reinvention in Islamic form. They want the future, not a return to the caliphate. They want accountability, not virgins in heaven. Which brings us to the big canard, one to which our opponents have succumbed. This Arab Spring is not Tehran 1979, let alone 1848. It's not a brief season of hope condemned to lurch into repression. We live in a different world today of interconnectedness, social media, and growing openness. And the times for these societies to live in anachronistic prisons so close to Europe is over. Thank you.